Welcome to a festive episode of 843 TV. I'm your host, Annalisa Itkor.
And I'm Lisa Richardson. And today we're coming to you from the Nicholas Clubhouse and Colleton River.
Now, our first guests, two lovely ladies, part of Operation Santa here in Colleton River. We have Marsha Murphy and Doris Beatty.
Then up next is Bill Spatafora. He is a member here. He's going to share all about the Colleton Cares program.
So stick around for a heartwarming episode of 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. Today we are at the absolutely gorgeous Jack Nicholas Clubhouse and Colleton River, and today we have a special heartwarming segment where we're going to be learning all about the special Operation Santa Claus project happening here today that we are grateful to just witness. Joining us are our first guests, Marsha Murphy and Doris Beatty. Welcome, ladies.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
We had the pleasure of spending some time before we started taping in that wonderful Santa's workshop, quite literally. Share with us what's happening.
Well, it's all part of Operation Santa Claus, and this is our 18th year. The mission is basically twofold. The first thing is to provide holiday presents for our local Bluffton children in need. And the second thing is to provide some year-round support as far as basic needs of food and clothing and those kinds of things to children identified to us through the school social workers.
You know, I have to say, when I walked into that room today, I mean, think about what Christmas is these days. Go, 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 shop, 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 party, party, party. We're thinking about so many things that we kind of stop and forget about Christmas. And when I walked in that room today, that was the start of my Christmas. It was official because I literally got goosebumps. I mean, not only are you ladies all decked out, I mean, I love it. You've got your Christmas, you had your little Santa dealy bobbers on. There's a woman in there with the most amazing Santa dress I've ever seen in my life. In fact, I'm gonna order it as soon as we're done with the show. But I mean, beyond that, watching the community and the fellowship, I mean, it was just amazing. Can you speak a little bit, Doris, to what it's like to participate in this day?
It's really wonderful, and I think the members, when they come and do the wrapping, and a lot of them have shopped before for these gifts, I think it's the start of their Christmas as well. I've heard members say, you know, this kicks off their Christmas season, their Christmas spirit. They realize that they're able to wrap, and these gifts are going to special kids that need something for Christmas. It makes them feel good, and I know for Marsha and I, it is a very, very rewarding experience because we hear from the social workers and some of the people that are on the receiving end of this, some of the special moments they have with the kids that get these gifts.
Well, and there's some pretty amazing gifts in there. It has got to be absolutely magical for these children. Tell us a little bit about that process of giving the gifts. How are they distributed? What is that experience like for the child?
One of the things we do, what we do is we ask the social workers, and the reason we contact the social workers and have a really nice relationship with them, they're on the front edge. They know which families and which kids really need help, and they're able to let us know. So in fact, I think if you saw the bicycle that was there this year, the social workers said this child is 14 years old, and she has never had a bicycle, has never ridden a bicycle. And this is something that she would just absolutely love to be able to do. And so we were able to fund and get her a bicycle.
Not any bicycle, it is an amazing bicycle.
But she wanted a blue bicycle, so we were able to do that. And so we can just imagine how her eyes will light up when she gets this bicycle. Yes. And
gets to me a little bit.
And we've had another occasion that this was not Christmas time, but the social worker, they call us sometimes during the year if they have special circumstances. And there was a child who, he was kind of bullied at school, and they vandalized his bicycle. And it was hardly rideable, but he was riding it to school anyway because that was his way to get to school. And the security at the school said, you cannot ride this bicycle because it has no brakes. So they told him he cannot ride this to school. So she called us because the family could not replace a bicycle. And so we were able to get him a bicycle. And I think that just makes you feel like you've just done something.
Yes, absolutely.
Really.
And we're here in Bluffton, and we're here at this beautiful Colleton River, but the need is so great right outside the gate in our community. And in fact, this is not the only time of year, like you mentioned, that you have the operation. This is a year-round. So share some other ways that you do help throughout the entire year.
Okay. We provide help with Bluffton Backpack Buddies, because several years ago we became aware through the school social worker at the Bluffton Middle School that kids were coming into school on Monday morning and they were hungry. And we contacted Sue and Ken Krupp at Bluffton Backpack Buddies and said, well, what can we do to help? So now we help them fund a box program that sends a box home at, periodically throughout the year with the children to help feed the entire family. So this is done for the middle schools as well as for the high school. And then during the holidays, what we do is we pack a super box. So we actually purchase food and get our membership involved in packing that super box. So hopefully this will tide the kids over, those hungry teens, over the holiday season. And I think that's really, don't you think, Doris, it's gotten our members more involved in what's really gone on here. That, we're a community that's plopped down when we've got 60 to 70% of our local kids are on free or reduced lunches. So there's a tremendous need out here. And what we do through the school social workers as far as funding their clothes closets, their supply closets, gives them the opportunity, as Doris has said, and also we're just a phone call away. If they need additional help, then they know that we've got the funding to do that, and thanks to our generosity of our membership.
You were mentioning membership. Now I'm kind of curious about how many Colleton River residents participate, are members.
It's funny, I added it up last night. Over 150 will be involved in this project as far as doing shopping, as serving on the committee. We have over 20 members on the committee itself, and then also as far as doing the wrapping and the delivery today, and then baking cookies for the teenagers at the Bluffton Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Teenagers are our specialty. People tend to forget the teens.
Yes.
I think Doris can tell you.
Right. One of the things we thought about when we think about, because we try to fill niches that are not filled by other organizations, because there's a lot of generosity in the whole area and the whole communities. But it seemed like most programs stopped at 12, toys and things. And then the families, they expect these teenagers not to get anything, and to understand why, because the younger children, if they get anything at all, it will go to the younger children. And the teenagers are pretty much left out because of necessity as much as anything. So we did go to the social workers in the high school, May River High School, and ask, what can we do at Christmas time? And so we do have a list from them of the kids, the teens, that will not receive anything at Christmas because of their situations.
Right.
And so we are able to fill some of that need for them. And also, it's kind of mind-boggling, but the high school, there is a lot of, there are some homeless teenagers that are trying desperately to graduate high school, and they're doing it under very difficult circumstances. So to give them a little something at Christmas is this is something they could never do themselves. And so they.
And at the end of the day, it's all about this, not just this holiday giving season, but just giving back and serving from the heart. And you can see that comes through with how you're talking about these children and the situations they're in. And that's just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yes, it is. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to need a Kleenex after this. Really, truly wonderful stories, wonderful things that you're doing here at Colleton River. And we will be right back in just a few moments with some more 843 TV.